How we doing, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of my guide through, and in the last episode we hit level 40. On this episode here we're gonna continue questing. We're actually gonna do some life skilling real soon. That quest actually gave us a level. Let's see our stockpile of potatoes that we have available. Not a lot. Definitely not a lot. Okay. Uh, let's check out some other bits and bobs. How much is potatoes on the central market? Really cheap. Yeah, we might just buy some potatoes to power level our cooking a little bit. And something else I want to check. Probably under life. Trading no. I want to see the recipe for us to be able to make food for our pets and pet food. There we go, crafting notes. So we're gonna press right button to go to cooking, and now we're gonna press right trigger to get to good feed. Oh, we need fish as well. Okay, so we need some fish. How much it cost to buy fish? Oh, can't search for it like that. Just type in fish. Oh, it's dried, not dry. Okay, that's why. Is there any that are plentiful on the market? No, not really. So we're going to have to set up a fishing node. Alright, so let's switch to one of our shies. Let's switch to this one since she's also got some energy that we can burn. Oh, we can't burn it because I have to stop the work. So I'll show you what I mean that we can't burn it in a second. So what we want to do with this energy, like we've mentioned in the previous episodes, is upgrade our workers. Now, to upgrade our workers, we actually have to fire some workers, but you cannot fire a worker that's currently working. So if we look over here, the one that we want to definitely fire is this guy here. 17 minutes. We're just going to press cancel, so we can fire him. And then we are going to try and use our... And we're also going to cancel this giant over here in case we can pick up 2 workers. Unlikely, but maybe. If anything, if we could just upgrade these 2 green human or goblins, that would be better to go in their place. So we're going to cancel what they're doing now. We're going to fire them when we can fire them and use our energy to try and upgrade. So I'm going to show you guys the beginning setups of farming, not farming, some cooking. We're going to cook some food for our workers, and then after that we're going to go do some gathering to get some meat, and we're going to set up in this episode. It's going to be a bit of a swim, but we will set up a node to start getting some fish from. I will skip that part for you guys so you don't have to watch me swim all the way out there. I'll show you where I'm swimming at the beginning, and then I'm just going to cut it because it's probably going to take like 20-30 minutes for me to swim to the island with no costume. But we'll do some cooking before we get to that point. And probably the cooking stage, I'll show you guys how to start up your cooking, and I'll probably cut that part out as well, so you're not just sitting here watching my character cook some food. That will not be very fun. Okay. So we're in Velia. What do we want to do first? Let's go to the central market and take some money out. And let's purchase 1,000 potatoes just to see how much beer we can make with that. Okay. Oh, didn't register me clicking A. Alright, we got the potatoes. Let's take some money out. We're not going to use this much, but it's fine. We'll put the money back when we're finished. So, first we need to see what ingredients we need to cook beer. So let's come over here. So wheat is basically, you can substitute potatoes for that. You don't actually need purified water for this ingredient. You need the mineral water. In cooking ingredients that you see both purified water and mineral water, just know that it's either or. So you either use 3 purified water or you use 6 mineral water. It's a lot cheaper to buy 6 mineral water from a vendor than it is 3 purified water from the central market. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then sugar and leveling agent. These last 3 items here basically is all from the cooking vendor. So we will come over here. The cooking vendor in Velia is just inside this building. Here's our chef. Let's go to his shop. So we're going to buy a couple of cooking utensils. I'm just going to buy 5 for now. It was 2 leveling agent. Hold on, how many potatoes was it? It's 5 potatoes, 2 leveling agent, and 6 mineral water.
You will admire me once you taste me food. There are many dramatic stories.
So now you're going to have to just do some math to figure it out. I'm going to just do the math, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, did the math. So we just need 1,200 mineral water. We need 400 leveling agent. And we need 200 sugar. Now that we got those, we also have to purchase a residence inside of Velia. So usage all. We want something for 1 contribution point. Here we go. Residence. Where is it? Let's get a different one actually. Alright. Which one's this? 2-1. I know where that house is. And it's pretty close to the central market. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to go inside our residence now and place our cooking utensils. But before we do that, actually, let's make some purchases from the central market. So we're going to buy some cooking clothes, armor, functional clothes, cooking. There's no tries on the market. There's no jurors on the market. Okay. Do we have a stack in our black spirit safe? What's this? Oh, I accidentally pulled the stack out. 25 to 35. Let's see what we get from this. We get a 30. Let's try and make a Juro cooking clothes real quick. What other stuff we got on this Black Spirit safe? Too bad we can't open those. It's unfortunate. Do we have anything in here that I can use? No. Okay, so we're going to summon our Black Spirit. It's down on the D-pad. Hit enchant. We're going to pop this 30 stack, 40% chance. Hopefully we one tap it. We don't. So we'll try that again. Armor. Functional clothes. Go for another duo attempt. There we go. So we got duo cooking clothes. That's going to decrease our cook time by a little bit there. Now, what else are we going to need? We're going to need some food. Let's just type in cron. So we're going to grab ourselves 10 seafood cron meals. We're not going to use 10 today. We're just going to use 1, but we just have this on a character for later on when we need it. And last thing we're going to grab is some life spirit. I think it's spirit stones down here. There's only 31 on the market. We'll pick up 10 for now. Oh, I just messed up really badly. We just wasted money. I made a huge mistake right there. We're just going to sell these. That's a waste of 9 million. That is unfortunate. We don't want the green variant. I was thinking like there's barely any of those on the market. So I was saying only. Where is it? Alchemy stones. You want the blue one, not the green one. We're just going to grab 5 of these. There we go. Let's eat our meal. Turn this on. Put this on. There we go. So now we've reduced our cooking time a little bit by doing that. Let's go into our residence. Press up on the D-pad. Let's place these utensils. Okay, so now come to your cooking utensil. So you click on, you hold Y on your cooking utensil here. Click A on the mineral water. You want 6, leveling agent 2, 1, and 5. What you can also do is manually come over here with your just going left and go up and down to change the values too. If you need to change the values, make sure you click multiple times. We're going to do 200, and we're going to start cooking. So this is going to level up our life skill for cooking, as well as get us some beer that we need to feed our workers. So let me just show you the life skill leveling up. I need, where is it? My stats. Here we go. So we're about to hit beginner 4 cooking. We're going to go, hopefully, let's see. So we're beginner 4 at the minute. I'm probably going to level up the cooking to skilled or professional with cooking beer right now. And then after we've done that, we will go hunt. We're going to go kill some sheep to get some meat. And then we are, actually no, we're not going to, my apologies. We are going to go get a node to get fish, which actually I'm going to do right now, right? I'm going to go to this node so we can start getting fish from this node. And then We're going to come back. We're going to level up our cooking. I'll let you know what level it's going to be once I decide I'm going to stop leveling it up. And then we're going to go get some meat and prepare ourselves to be able to make some food for our pets. But we're going to be bottlenecked by the fish. So I think we need to swim to around here. Maybe. We'll find out. But yeah, at that point, we're going to get bottlenecked by the fish. So we have to let that manually gather over time to be able to make food for our pets. But yeah, I'm not going to make you guys watch me swim all the way there. Some tips I will give you: if you just stop moving and just sit still for a little bit, I think your stam should regen. Oh, I don't... Can you not get stam regen in the water? Maybe you can't. So you're going to have to stop off. It's been a while since I've swam anywhere. We're going to have to stop off at a couple of islands to get stamina. You see little boats like this as well. Just jump on there to get your stam back. I think if you run out of stam, that's when you can stop moving. I'll test it and I'll show you guys when we get there. But yeah, when you run out of stam, that's I think when if you stand still a little bit, you will get some stam regen. But I will cut now, and I'll see you guys when I run out of stam, see if that theory works, and then I'll cut back to when we get to the island, so I can show you exactly where it is on the minimap. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we've dropped down to 10 stam. You actually can't go any lower than 10 stam, and as you can see, when you hit 10 stam, you are very slow. So let's stop swimming for a second, see if we get a little bit of stam regen. So yeah, as you can see, if you float when you got 10 stam, you will get a little bit of stam regen. Let's see how far it goes. I think it will stop at 20. So let's just give it a second. See how high it goes up. If it goes past 20, I'm just going to cut the video to the next point. But I just want to see if it stops at 20. No, it keeps going up. So you can get some stam regen, but it is extremely slow. So the best thing to do is on the way, every single little island, just stop off and let your stamina regen. So you can see we are here at the minute. So we're going to stop off on this island next, and then just every island on the way. And I think this is just where we need to get to. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so we've made it to our first island. Let me show you that one. Unfortunately, we still need to get over here. So first island here is Roone Island. Honestly, thinking about it, you'd save a lot of time instead of doing what I did, swimming all the way from Velia like an idiot. Just come up to Castle Runes, get off the shore here, and just swim. It would from here. It would greatly reduce the distance you have to swim. But yeah, let's come to the node manager and talk to her so we can get that unlocked. And now I'm going to cut, so now we're just going to have to swim straight across to that island, so I'll see you guys when we get there. Okay, so we've made it to our destination, this island right here, Luivano. Talk to Isaac, and why can't, there we go. So node management, investor contribution point. We're going to grab that fishing yard as well. And let's come up here too, so we can get 3 fishing nodes so we can stock up on the supply a bit faster. So I'm going to swim to that next island, and I'll see you guys over there in a minute. Alright, we made it to our final destination. So that is just up here on Marivano Island, or Marivini Island. I'm going to talk to Anderson, and we're going to hook up this node too. We're going to get the 2 fishing spots from here. We got one from here. Now, I'm not going to swim back. So I'm just going to use my energy to invest into this node. So now we've got 4 fishing nodes. What I'm going to do is use my one very valuable market made right now to buy a map. And we're going to map back. So I'm happy to spend 500,000. And we're going to pull that out the central market, click on it, and we're going to go back to Velia so we don't have to swim all that way back. And let's check on our workers. I should be able to fire them now. So let's fire this guy. And let's fire this dude. And let's come roll for some workers in Velia. It's this dude over here. Ah, blue, we're definitely going to hire him. I'm going to hire this guy. Oh, no, I'm not going to hire this guy. We've got one more roll. Ah, damn it. Should have just hired the last guy. Alright, so that's that's pretty unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to have to get some people to move around. So we need 4 free workers at the minute, and I want to send my faster workers over there. I'm actually going to cancel everyone's job, and I'm going to reorganize my workers. That is... Okay, we're not going to cancel this guy. That guy can grab his potatoes. So we're going to get back onto the cooking, and then once those workers are finished as well, hopefully by the time we get our cooking power level, they'll be all done. But yeah, so what did he say it was? It was 2 mineral, 6 water, 2 agents, 1 sugar, 5 of these. There we are. So we are back into the cooking. So this will take a minute. So this is where I'm going to cut the video again. I'll cook everything in my inventory, and then we'll see if I'm going to cook more or what I'm going to do at that point. But yeah, I will be back later. Alright, so we've gone through 1,000 potatoes, so we're going to have to stock up, buy some more potatoes, and buy some more ingredients. But before we decide, let's check. Before we decide how much we buy, let's check our level. So we've hit Cooking Apprentice 5. I think I'm going to get 2,000 more potatoes and the mats required. Also, one other thing to note, 500 potatoes will take 1 full durability of one of these cooking utensils that you buy from the vendor. So if that helps you out with any other kind of math stuff, there you goes. So we're going to need, for 2,000 batch, we're going to need 400 sugars. We're going to need leveling agent. Leveling agent, we're going to need 800. And mineral water, we're going to need 1,400. Alright, I'm going to go get the potatoes from the central market, cook off this batch. Why have I got 1,400? That's supposed to be 2,400. Hold on, we've got to buy another 1,000 from this guy. Almost missed that. There we go. So we got what we need except for the potatoes. So yeah, I'm going to buy those, cook these ingredients off, and then I'll come back when that is done. All right, see you guys on the other side. All right, and we're back. We've cooked a total of almost 4,600 beer, and that took a while. I used one of these slow crafting benches as well. It takes a lot longer, but it has 5 times the durability of one of these little ones, so you can make 5 times the quantity, but it takes exponentially longer. This is good for going away for longer AFK sessions. So I put this baby to cook, and I went and watched The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8, the finale. Wow. Absolutely epic. Fucking amazing show. Really good. But anyway, this is about BDO. So we used one of these. We used a bunch of these. I think I used a few more than what you see here. It took a while, but it's mostly AFK work. I was just doing other stuff, and every now and again, I'd come and put myself on another cooking station. I think it took somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes per cooking station at our cooking speed. But we hit professional cooking now, and this is more than enough beer to feed all our workers for a while. So if we click on the beer, you'll see the worker list pops up. Click A and feed your workers. So this is going to keep them fed for a very, very long time, especially since we've got such a small force at the minute. We don't have to worry about beer for a while, and we got to a better level in our what's it called? Cooking. So I'm going to cancel this guy to try and roll something that's not a giant. Because we have max energy, so when that finishes, we'll come back. So the whole reason we've done this is to power level our cooking so we can start making some food for our pets, to have a supply of that that's going to last a while, so we can start leveling them up without it being much of a cost. So to do that, we need to go get some meats, because meat is a requirement. And we're already professional gathering because a shy comes with professional gathering default. So we need a butchering knife. There's only regular steel ones, but that's better than nothing. We're just going to buy 10. That's more than enough. Knives, we'll take out. Yeah, we'll just take out all of them. I don't know how long I'm going to be on Sheep Mountain. So now we're going to go gather meat so we can get that out of the way. You can buy all this stuff on the central market. Obviously, it will save you a lot of time. You can buy your beer. So you can buy your beer. Honestly, if you're buying from the central market, I wouldn't recommend buying beer for your workers. I'd actually recommend buying chicken. Normally, it's cheaper than... not chicken, sorry. Bird meat. Normally, it's cheaper than buying beer because it recovers 3 stamina instead of 2. So that's what you would buy if you don't want to do this. And what you would buy is feed. So we're going to be making good feed. So you type in feed. None on the market, so you're kind of forced to buy organic feed. And it's not super expensive, but see, if you buy 1,000 of these, it is 48 mil. Right now, yeah, we got money, but a lot of this money's been handed to us. We haven't really earned much money, and you won't be earning a lot of money in the early game. So you kind of don't want to waste your money on feed. Now, given it will take a while to go through 1,000 feed, but still. And 1,000 of these 18 mil, not as much, but however, still pretty costly. So we will be just making our own. It's decent. It's more money than we can make right now if we were just to cook. However, I wouldn't recommend cooking as a means to make money. As of yet, I forget we don't have a horse on this character. So we need to go to Sheep Mountain. So we've got to come over here first. Yeah. So I do recommend just gathering your own meat. We're also going to buy... Let's see. Armor... Functional clothes. Oh, what level? We have gathering level 4. That's pretty high. Okay. That's really good. I think we're just going to buy a base gatherer's clothes then. It's at the top, isn't it? There we go. Oh. Now this one has tries. But nothing down here. Does this give us a level? Gathering ability +1. Okay, so luckily that's going to be fine. +1 or a +2 would be nice. They're not too expensive. And it's going to have a lot of use for you down the road, but I guess we're forced to get a +1. The reason like getting these ones is better is just... It's the gathering EXP. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it does add up over time. But we are just going to grab one of these and we're going to use our market maid to pull it out of the central market. So now this gives us +1 to our gathering ability. So if you go to my stats, you see there that our gathering, which is second from the bottom, it's towards the middle of your screen, it says gathering. It's got four bars highlighted out of 5. That means you have a gathering level of 4 out of 5. Basically, when you get 5 out of 5 gathering, it's the least amount of time needed to do a gather. So it just saves you time. And later on, we're going to be making our own tools. We're not quite in a position where we're ready to do that right now. But we are getting a few things in place to be able to do it sooner rather than later. One thing I would recommend, if you can find lucky butchering knives or magical butchering knives on the market, so lucky steel, 560k a pop, or magical butchering knives, definitely buy them. It's just so many pre-orders. Not even you can put a pre-order on. I don't know how. The only reason I'm hesitant to put a pre-order on is I don't know how much life skilling I'm going to do. Because life skilling in the earlier games, it's not going to net you too much income, and it does require a little bit of work. However, later on, it can generate a lot, especially when we eventually get a new update that brings life skill mastery to the game. It can make exponential amounts of money. But one thing that is required is like your gathering level, your cooking level. This kind of stuff is really going to boost your money per hour, especially when these new items come out. So you're getting your account ready for that stage in the future to be able to make some decent money. Some actually better than decent money. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what my money per hour is when I go to Fogan's. I'll crunch some numbers and I'll see what I feel like doing. But life skilling on the side, because it is a semi-AFK activity after you set it up, it takes about 15-minute intervals, probably with no pay to win. It's going to be maximum 30-minute intervals between batches. So it is semi-AFK. You can do other stuff if you're working at home, if you're studying, watching a movie, going out, going to work, whatever it is. You can leave your, well, maybe not going out and going to work doesn't count. You have to be near your computer. But stuff that puts you near your console, this can help you generate some semi-passive income since you wouldn't have had that time to play the game anyway. Okay, we are getting on close to top of Sheep Mountains. Up here is going to be a bunch of sheep. Pretty much all across this mountain here. Anything you kill, you can gather meat. Like, remember here, there were some foxes and some boars and some wolves. You can gather that meat as well, if you prefer. I just like coming here because it's just a lot of sheep. Ah, that's one. That is one thing I didn't take into consideration. We have no AP on this character. Okay, so this is the little stuff that you don't think of when you play. If I was playing my main account, that wouldn't even cross my mind that I needed gear to kill sheep. So we might actually have to go kill some wolves, but even right now it takes a few shots to kill those. So I will be purchasing a weapon. We're going to purchase a cheapo weapon and just see how much damage we can deal. And hopefully it's enough. Take us to this vendor here. Okay, let's look at some floor rangs, shall we? $5 mil for a +13. It's not bad. Is AP against monsters? It is. I might get this bears. What's the AP for a +13? 55 to 59. This doesn't have any. We just check that. This doesn't have any. Ugh, this doesn't have any. Alright, well, Looks like we know which one we're picking up. Let me just check the Rosars. Rosar has one a little bit more, 61 to 66 AP, and this one was 50. Okay, so we're going to get the Rosar. And it's got slightly more AP. It costs a little bit more, but it's worth. And we're actually going to make this a plus 50. It's going to cost us 10 mil, but it should be worth it. I mean, it will be worth it.
You can entrust your goods without worry, since it's an official trade zone approved by the head of the Magic Guild.
So we're going to equip this. That's 72 AP. That's enough to kill sheep, right? Let me have a quick look at some accessories. Ugh, it's pretty expensive. Marcus Shadows. Wait. Hopefully this is fine. I don't want to buy that kind of stuff because we're going to have leftover accessories when we finish the main storyline. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm hoping... Oh, and one thing. You don't want to keep 4,500 beer on you. Let me just top them up. We're going to store the stuff in the central market. Not the money, the beer. We'll leave 100 on us as a means of top up, like 100 and change. There we go. So unfortunately, we only got one market made. As you can see, it's on cooldown. We could have done all of that if we had multiple maids. We could have done all of that remotely, which would have saved us some time. Market maids, basically how you get them is it's an in-game purchase. You go to the Pearl shop. Why is that on the other side of my screen? There we go. You go to the Pearl shop and where does maids, travel items, maiden butlers, and you find them here. I wouldn't recommend buying them at full price. These go on sale quite consistently. So just hold on. If you really, really want to buy them, hold on a while and wait for them to go on sale before picking them up. And honestly, at this stage of the game, if you're a new player, I think it's a little bit early. If you're 100% sure that like you're definitely gonna like this game, you got a good idea of what it's gonna be, then go ahead and if you feel comfortable making the purchase, make the purchase. But if you're not sure if you're still not sure if this is the game for you, because this is a long-term game. This is not a play it for a week and move on to the next one. Which you should know. It's an MMO. I mean, you should know that. But don't just make a hasty purchase until you know that this is where you want to be. You want to sink some time into it. And honestly, if you know you want to sink some time into it, at that point, it is kind of worth making that monetary investment because the game itself is free on Game Pass if you're on Xbox, and on PlayStation, I think it's like $4. So it's definitely fair. We pretty much one-shot them, kinda. Okay, is there anything I want to do before we start? I've got my gathering clothes on. Oh, and we also need to hand in these. So this is a byproduct, by the way, which is delicacy. You get these as you're cooking, and you can exchange these for certain items. So you can just change 10 for 500 beer. You can get some milk or some contribution EXP and stuff. So I know right now maybe that beer looks like 500 beer. We just spent all this time. We only made like 4,000. That sounds really good. No. I mean it sounds good, but it's not. Just get the contribution XP and the cooking EXP. That's a lot more worth right now. So that's that. It's good to know. So 72 AP, you can easily kill sheep on Sheep Mountain. And we don't have a hedgehog. That's something else that I'm not used to. So I'm going to be coming to this Pearl store every now and again. So if you want to get more meat from any kind of gathering resource from gathering, you can get a lot of different items like sap, and you can hit different trees to get some timbers. There is a pet. No, I don't think this pet's actually available right now. Let's have a look. It's not. Let me just check. the hell is this stuff? It just gives interior points? Okay. That's a bit much. Alright, so there isn't any hedgehogs on the Pro Shop at the minute. It's kind of like an event thing that comes to the Pro Shop every now and again. I'd say like every other month you'll see on the Pro Shop. So again, if at that point you feel like this is a game you're going to invest in and life skilling is something you like to do, right now is way too early to decide if life skilling is what you like to do. So definitely don't invest in it at this point because maybe you really enjoy the game, but life skilling and gathering is not going to be your thing later on. But just keep in the back of your mind that if it does become your thing, then a hedgehog would be a good investment. And another one, these discounts are pretty insane as well. So if you come here for 2,400 pros, you're getting like all these weights and some Fintos juices. It's kind of crazy. These are highly recommended items. And I'm just going to be mentioning these right now because you don't see these kind of heavy discounts very often. So this is pretty much a necessity for your main. Weight, you need weight. You need to buy as much weight as you can for your character. So I would definitely recommend if you know you're going to enjoy the game, to purchase this weight now. And the inventory, I don't think you need 100 slots. You can, if monetarily that seems decent to you. 30 I think will be enough. 50 is definitely fine. If an extra 50 slots on top of all the ones that we're going to be getting throughout our playthrough is going to be more than enough. And you get free, during the year, you will get a bunch of free inventory expansion coupons. So keep that in mind. 100 is quite a lot. Now, on life skilling, if you want to also have like a PvP character and a life skill character, you will have to split your cost between the two because your life skiller is also going to need weight and it's also going to need inventory slots and it's going to need a bunch of other items. Later, I'm touching on this now, but towards the end of the series, once we propel ourselves to that mid game, I will come and do a recommendations to all the Pro Shop items and what I think is worth your money and some items that I think are a must if you want to play the game long term. However, just know that inventory and weight is going to be a part of that, and right now it is on a pretty steep discount. If I notice this, I don't know how long this guide through is going to take. If these are fluctuating and there's other really good discounts on stuff that I think is absolutely necessary, I will also let you know. And like this stuff here, 3,000 pearls for a 30-day value pack, Kama Blessing, all this kind of stuff is, I'd say, definitely worth it. You don't need to buy both. You can make a decision on which one you want to buy. Let's see the price difference. Not too, oh, I don't want to buy it. Not too different in price. This one gives these, and this one. That's hard. That's a hard choice to make. The value pack's the main thing you want. I'd probably go with the maid. This one here that gives you the maid. And you get a pet as well. Artisans, these are good, but it's not going to really help you at the minute. The book and the Count Sylvia Blessing are really good, but you're not going to be popping them as soon as you get them. You can be waiting until you get to that mid-game, but it's definitely going to help you at that point. But the value pack is really the VIP in these. This is also on a heavier discount. I would recommend the Returners pack over that one. And is there anything else here that I'd say is a must? Not really. So yeah, value pack right now is on a really good discount with those. Let's see how much it costs to buy a value pack on its own. Okay, I don't know where else. It's right at the top. So let's see, a 30-day value pack is 1,500 pearls. So the value pack is the main item in this bundle that's really good. If you come back over here. But it is the price of 2 value packs. However, you do get a transaction made. If you're not too worried about the transaction made, obviously your money's going to go further because for the same money you can buy 60 days worth of value pack. However, like these maids are really, really, really good. So let's see how much it costs to buy this maid by itself. Maids, butlers, 1.2. Honestly, it is a saving. Oh, no, it is a big saving, but maybe in terms of for bang for your buck, just buying these separately is better. Reason being, Blessing of Calma Sylvia, a Secret Book of Old Moon. It's going to take us a while before these become useful, and they're useful, they're not necessary. The pet, we've actually already purchased the pet, so we don't really need the pet. Elion Tears, super useful. However, again, not going to be necessary. And there's another way of getting these. And again, Artisan Memory is good, so maybe bang for your buck. Just buying the value pack separately and the transaction made separately is better. You're going to get more of the stuff that you actually need, because all the other items you're getting here is kind of decoration. They are useful. I'm not saying they're not useful, but they are not as primarily important as those two. And Elion Tears. So now that I've seen that, that's reminded me of something, which I'm not going to do on this character. I need to remember. So once you go back on your main, you'll be doing this as well. Go to your loyalty. Go back to Pearl Shop. You're going to go to your loyalty store, and every single day, you will be purchasing an Elion Tear. You can only purchase one a day. This is going to be very, very important for you later on. Right now, we can purchase 6, but it's going to take us 6 days. However, another thing to keep in mind is you get 100 loyalty every day for playing this game. So basically, once a day you get 100 loyalty, and once a day you can pick up this Elion Tear. We're going to be doing that every single day that we log on to this game. Just buy one of these. You can never have enough Elion Tears when it comes to your late game. And that's one way of bypassing real money. Now, coming into the loyalty store, other things to look at. If aesthetics are really your thing, is 10,000 loyalties will get you one for your class. Make sure you see your class up here. Not every class has one of these guard uniforms. So do keep that in mind. So only the classes you see here are the ones that you can get these outfits for. But 10,000 loyalty is a hell of a lot of loyalty. That will take 10,000. That'll take 1,000 days of login. Is it 1,000? No, not 1,000. Sorry, you get 100 a day. I can't even do math. It'll take 100 days of login. Sorry, to get 10,000 loyalty. So that's a little over 3 months. Expansions. These are pretty good. I probably would recommend picking these up later, not right now. This one, I don't see it too worth, but it is an option. Not worth, in my opinion. Definitely worth, and that's about it. In Megaphones, this just allows you to talk in world chat. If you ever need to, if there's a big item that you want to buy, or there's something you're trying to sell that's worth a lot of money, pick up some Megaphones and pop it into world chat. Crystal extraction tools, these are useful in the future when you need them. Don't buy them in advance. But basically, if you ever want to extract a really expensive crystal from an outfit, just come to your loyalty store and pick these up. Wouldn't worry about it right now, though. It's not something you need to worry too much about. And the rest of it is pretty useless. So, the only other thing is here, Nada's Parchment. Now, 10,000, well, that's a long time of login. That's a lot of login days. But we actually, as a new player, you're going to get a bunch of loyalty as rewards for playing the game. So I just need to remember where. If we come to rewards here. Here we go. So playing the game for 7 days, you're going to get 200. Then 30 days is 300. 50 days is 500. 100 days is 1,000. 200 days is 2,000. 300 days is 3K. And 400 days is 4K. And so on and so forth. It goes down to 500 days. Obviously, this is a relatively long time. But you will be accruing these over time. So once you get a couple of the bigger ones, let's see. We need 10K. So it is going to take about a year. if you're purchasing if you're using your 100 loyalties every single day to get the Nader's parchment, it is going to take about a year, roughly. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to give you 7,000. Yeah, so yeah, about a year. But what we're going to do, Elion Tears, we're going to purchase every day until we get, let's say, what would be a good amount to stop at? 50 to 100. And then once we've got 50 to 100 stocked up, at that point, maybe we'll start letting our, these are playtime ones, loyalties accrue, and hopefully, honestly, we can get to the end of this series long before 50 days. It honestly depends how many days I play, or how much time I spend playing, and how many times a week I play. That's going to determine how long it's going to take. And I'm probably going to cut this part out so you guys see what we're doing to cut the meat, get the meat, right? I'm not going to force you to stay through all of this. We are going to get, I don't know how much meat until I get tired or bored. I'm just going to gather some meat here and then I'll see you guys on the other side of the cut. Alright, how we doing, guys? And we're back. We finished slaying as many sheep as we could and gathering their meat. We ended up getting 369 lamb meat. We only got 43 energy, so we went through that pretty quickly. I also used the energy on my other shy, so I used both the energies on these shies to gather the meat. And I'm probably gonna leave these guys in Heidel. Well, I'd leave one of them on Sheep Mountain and one in Heidel. Then when they're both filled up with energy, we can come get some meat and cook some more feed for our pets. So let's have a look at our inventory. So I've already done the math. For 369 meat, we're going to need this much flour. I actually got a bit more fish than I needed. We only need 61 fish, but I bought some extras. And 183 water. So let me just show you guys the crafting ingredients. So if you go to crafting notes, cooking, scroll on over to G for good, and it's called good feed. There we go. So it takes 6 pork. This is any type of meat. So 6 meat, 4 flour. This is any kind of flour. It doesn't have to be wheat. Any kind of dried fish, 1. And remember, it's either or. So we're using mineral water, not purified water. I bought the flour from the central market. I did not process that myself. But just thinking about it, I'm pretty sure potato flour, you can use less of the ingredient compared to wheat flour. We're going to have to test that out. Actually, I don't think any of these have durability left. No, I need to go buy a cooking utensil. That is something I definitely forgot. So we're going to cook ourselves some good feed, and every couple of days, when this energy maxes out on these characters, we will just keep doing this as a side gig. We'll probably end up, after a while, once we start making more than we're consuming, we're going to start selling some extras on the central market for some passive money incomes. But we only need 1. We only can make 61 crafts, so let's get back over. We're going to test the flour theory. It's been a while since I've cooked with flour. It's been a while since I've done cooking in general on my main account. I've just been setting myself up to get ready for cooking mastery or life skill mastery on my other account, so I haven't cooked for a while. Anyway, so it was 6 meat. We said 1 fish. Let's just do this fish first. And 3 water. Now it's meant to be 4 flour. I'm going to see if I can do it with 1, but I got a feeling it's not going to be enough. But let's have a gander. Do I have everything on that I should? I got my cooking cloves, food. It made 1. Let's see if it keeps making. It's still crafting and it's not giving up. Oh, yeah. So there's cooking. If you don't put enough of the ingredient in, it might make a couple, but eventually it's going to stop making as many as it can. So 6 of these, 1 of these, and 3 of those. Unfortunately, we lost 6 meat, so we lost the craft because of that. Let's check it with 2. No, okay, maybe the amount of flour you use is the same. We're going to test it with 3. I got a feeling that this is just going to be a wasted test. Wait, why does it only... Hold on. Something's wrong. It only said I had 28 crafts. I must have misclicked something, right? There's no way it's only 20. Oh, wait, yeah, it's because of the fish. Ah, silly me. And I'm assuming this isn't going to work out either, but we will test it for science. Seems to be working with 3. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty confident we can say 3. So you can use 1 less. You can use 1 less potato flour than wheat flour. Hopefully that's right. So we're using 3 at a time. Yep, it went from 216 to 213. Pretty confident. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that that is the case. Gonna give it 2 more crafts. But yeah, I'm not going to make you guys watch this, so I will cut again, and I'll come back when we've crafted all of our good feed. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, and we are finished with our cooking. So that is that. And we ended up, let's go to the central market here. Let's put our money back first. So I think we used around 40 to 50 million silver for our setup to get the cooking clothes, gathering clothes, some of the basics, utensils, and food. Obviously, we got more food still. We got more cooking cooking utensils, gathering utensils. We got these butchering knives that we haven't used still. We all the stuff that we basically bought. I also bought some fish. I bought 1,000 fish because I saw it hit the market for 7 mil. Now it's going to take a while for me to go through that. To go through these fish, but obviously at the beginning, as you can see, it just takes a very long time to get a storage of fish. We've only got a couple of fish at the minute, so you know, I've just made a small investment in 7 mil just to give myself something to start working on, and then as I'm slowly chipping through this 1,000, these fish should just stockpile over time. We're getting some eggs and some chicken come in. We can use that stuff later down the road. And we've made 3,500, well, 4,500 beer. I'm leaving 3,500 in my storage. I'm leaving 1,000 in my central market because it's heavy. I don't want all that beer in my central market. It's going to weigh it down too much. And we ended up making 226 organic feed. We could have made a little bit more. I had a couple of fails. So that's one thing I think I just forgot to mention. The flour cost is 4. I did fail eventually. So it is no, different between wheat and potato flour. And let's just see how much money we got back so far. So at the minute with that cooking, it saved us 4 million silver on this good feed. Now, I know that took a long time. Like, you just spent 50 million silver, and all this time that you spent, you got 4 million silver back. Yes. Technically more, because we made all this beer as well, right? So if we were to sell this beer, it's almost, what is that? It's about 16, 17, 18 mil, somewhere between 16 and 20 mil in beer. And, what do we say, 4 mil over here? So let's say somewhere in the ballpark of 20 mil, maximum 25 mil in return. And that's just from our first session, right? From now on, it's basically going to be profit. I said profit. We haven't made our recovery yet. In one more session, we should probably get back our the money that we spent, and then all the sessions we do in the future will be making back money. So we've made an investment of time and some silver. We'll get that return as we play the game. And in the future, just trust me on this. When Mastery comes out, gathering and cooking just become crazy good money. Even for endgame players, it's really good money. You can make like 1.6 billion a week from cooking hand-ins, depending. Well, anywhere from 500 mil to 1.6 bill. It strongly depends on your contribution points. Because the way it's going to work is the contribution point is going to cap the amount of silver you can make per day, which caps the amount of silver you can make per week. Realistically, you want around 300 to 400 contribution points, somewhere in that margin. And I think with around 300, you're making a bill and change is the cap. I'm not too sure on the numbers. And if things might change by the time we get that on console, because it's going to be a while. But we've just done a lot in these sessions, because by leveling up. Oh, one thing I also forgot to mention: we got 2 hards, so that's another like 3 mil or so, and we will sell these. Yeah, about 3 mil coming up from those. There we go. So, what was I saying? Yeah, we've made a pretty big dent. Let's look at our stats. We hit professional cooking, so that was a really good, big accomplishment today. Gathering, it starts a professional 1, which is why you choose a chai. And alchemy also starts a professional 1, which is why you choose a chai. And there should be some rewards for these cooking upgrades that we got. Here we go. So, I'm going to take the milk. I'm going to take the milk in every case. Yeah, I'm going to take the milk here. And I'm going to take the milk here. What are these? We can't really use this right now. Oh, and we're going to take the milk from this. Here we go. This is actually... We're going to grab this on our main account because it's got some Elion tiers. This is for leveling up. This is for hitting level 30, hitting level 40 for the very first time. So there's some extra rewards there. It looks like, what, 2 mil? Oh, and 100. Oh, is that 1? Oh, okay, that's 1 mil. So that's 20 mil. This is 10 mil. No? Oh, it just looks weird when they stack it. Okay. So yeah, that's just 3 mil. Not a big deal. But yeah. I think that is going to be it. It's probably going to be a shorter episode once I edit everything together. But this was a lot of work today that we got through. Mostly semi-AFK with some active stuff as well in between. This is pretty good. So what I did for my time is I got some uni work done. Finishing up some papers whilst I was semi-active with the cooking. And then I did an hour AFK session watching The Mandalorian, where I used a large cooking utensil, a Balanos cooking utensil for that hour. And goddamn, I'm going to say it one more time, Mandalorian was dope as hell. If you like Star Wars, if you're watching The Mandalorian, you already know how dope it was. I'm not going to give you any spoilers here, but definitely worth a watch. Even if you don't like Star Wars, like Mandalorian is a pretty good watch. I was watching it with someone that doesn't watch Star Wars, doesn't really like Star Wars, and he thoroughly also enjoyed the season. So definitely would recommend you guys pick that up on Disney Plus. It's really fun, really good to watch, and yeah, I think that is going to be it. Did I do anything else? Oh, and I was just watching some stuff on the side on YouTube and a couple people's Twitch channels when I was gathering my meat just to fill up the time. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to be on your end, but it was a very long day. This took a number of hours, at least 5 hours for all this stuff to get done. So yeah, hopefully this one helped you guys out, and I'll catch you in the next episode.